Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Thursday afternoon, April 30th. We're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. And after gapping higher 3 days in a row, we open at the lower end of the range today. Take out yesterday's low. And what's been pretty normal for the sellers as of late, didn't get anything out of it. We pushed down in A, only to rally in B and C, only to flush out later in the day. We basically had a double distribution day until L&M decided to get and trade both ends of it. We end 10 wide. We have a bad tick again. Today's high in the SPY is 292.24, not 293.32. So another bad tick. We didn't see the opening after D period, although we battled it. That's a trade that cost me that I'll go over in a little while. We had lower value all day. The indices were down all day, yet we could not take out the day's low after G period. I kept waiting for it because I wanted to fade it because we had a chance for a trend day up initially. We had single prints in B. And we had a chance for a trend day down. We had single prints in F. Neither held. Both failed. Sellers couldn't do anything. Buyers couldn't do anything. And basically, we are now in balance again. A lot of earnings coming out after the bell. Amazon came out. I know Apple's coming out. Right now, the SPY's trading down. Only about 50 cents from where we closed. So nothing drastic as of yet. Very good month for the SPY. Inside month. Should set up for some really, really interesting trading going forward. As far as my opportunities today. So, A period. Now, I am in, this is important, I'm in 5-tick increments, so you can't see it as well. But you see this gap right here? Well, if it's in 1-tick increments, you would see that there are a lot more. So when A period opened, I had no plans on doing any trade in A. In fact, I told the room the only trade I would look is if we take out A's low. So what happened? A opens and incredibly has such horrible structure. I mean, it's the worst structure I've probably seen in a long time. And so, what does Paul do? I'm like, that structure's getting repaired, and I go long. I bought, I don't know what I bought. I bought a decent size right off the bat, I believe. And what happened? It went down some more. I bought more at yesterday's low. And we went down some more. Now, I'm sorry, I don't think I did start big. I added as we kept going because that kept me in the trade. My cost was getting less. Now, is it the right trade? Not really. I mean, I did it only to repair the structure, and the structure was not getting repaired. We continued to go down. We went down. We took out the day's low, which saved me a couple of things. The volume started tapering off in A period. They couldn't get more of a push. We started going between A's low and yesterday's low. So every time it went up, I took small off, came back, put it on. So I kept lowering my cost, and then finally, in B period, we came up. I certainly didn't wait for B period. I had lowered my cost to such a good price that it came up, and I went from in the red pretty deep to green. Should have held it to B period. So that was the first trade I took. So now my mental capital's a little wiped out. So what do? I wipe it out some more in C period. I'm green on the day right now. B goes up, I do nothing. C starts, we have single prints. I'm like, okay, yes, value is lower, but B never could take out yesterday's low. We're one-time framing up, and we have singles. I didn't take a big position. I took a call play. I said we should at least test yesterday's J's low and the value low. Went up, took a little off, went back, put a little on. I said, if we fill the single prints and get below the opening, that trade should be put to bed. Now, when that happened, I only had about 10 or 12 contracts. It was small, but Paul didn't put it to bed. And again, you can't really see on here, but I wrote it all the way down. I was like, okay, we're still one-time framing up. We stopped the one-time framing up. I get out, and what does it do? Go right back. So here's a great lesson. It was an awesome lesson in my room. When I say I'm getting out, if it does this, that's something you should do. And I'm talking about myself. Because if I had gotten out of that trade right below the opening, instead of selling it here, once C took out B's low but never took out yesterday's low again and started going back up, that's where you could have gotten long again. It went right back to the opening. So it was an expensive lesson because though it was 12 contracts, it moved. So the opening was 291.53, where I should have gotten out, and C's low was 290.58. So it was $1. It was $1 worth on like 12 contracts. I'm sorry, that was $1 on the SPY. I think it was like 60 cents on the contracts. It's over $600 I lost because I was just being stubborn. Whereas I could have lost a lot less, bought it here, made up whatever I would have lost on this, and made a lot more. Lesson learned for me and hopefully the newer traders in my room. Okay, so I took a short then in D. We opened, again, we had poor structure on the downside, but it wasn't just for that. Even though I don't like trading in the middle, we got above the opening. We were going back and forth through the opening a bunch of times. It finally stayed below. I was comfortable. Finally got the poor structure flushed out. Very happy with that trade. Next one was F. F took out A's low, got on board, shorted it. Nice trade. Now G did open. Once we had single prints, once G opened, I had small left of my short. Actually, I added to my short. I shorted it down here, came back up in F, added again before F ended above A, and then it finally gave out. It turned out to be a really nice trade. Got out of the rest of the puts after G took out F's low, but came back, and now the tempo had changed. It was like, you know what, the sellers aren't getting much. So I got out of the put, and then I actually went long in G as we started trading up because I said the odds now of at least filling the single prints were good. And it went up, filled the single prints, stopped one time framing down, and that was a good trade. And then the next 4 trades were all shorts, and they all worked out. I was looking for an afternoon rally high, which I thought I had in H. I period didn't get anywhere near where I wanted to sell it. Once it got below A, started getting on board, shorted it there. Did the same thing in J. Same thing in K before we took out J's high. And then again in L period, I took a short one. And then L stopped the one-time framing down. Well, actually, K did. I'm sorry. L continued to go up. I did nothing in that. I did nothing in M. I just watched. Right now we're trading at 290. So again, we're only off 48 cents. I know Apple's out at about 430. Visa's out. Amazon was out. Somebody else is out. Another big one's out, but I forgot who it was. All right. So it was a good day overall. The room had a good day. Again, different information at different times made it a little tricky. So let's go over destinations for tomorrow, the first of the month. Upside will be today's high of 292.24. Then we have yesterday's high of 294.88, which is a daily high and a poor high. It will be the weekly high if we don't take it out. Above that, 295.07, right? 9 wide for March 6th. For the downside, first destination will be 10 wide. F's high at 289.68. Today's low of 288.59. 12 wide at 287.46 on the 28th and 285.40 daily low. And then let's go to the charts. Monthly. The month is done. A very good month for the bulls. Right? We opened at 247.98. Traders lows 243.90. And we close at 290.48. So 244, $46 off the low. Not bad. Inside month. We're about $6 off the high of it. Does that mean that we're going to take it out from the upside? Absolutely not. But, maybe we'll have 2 inside months. You never know. But right now it's an inside month. We are one-time framing down, and they're way above the trend line. So not bad. Considering how the month started, very, very strong finish for the bulls. Weekly. 1 day to go in the week. We are one-time framing up 5 weeks. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be 6 weeks. Yes, the first week took out the previous week's low, but we almost had an outside week up. That's why I'm counting it, because of how strong it did kind of finish. It'll be one time framing up. 6 weeks. Pretty impressive from the lows. We're above 287 right now by $3. Inside week up, holding for the second day in a row. A little excess here? I'm not sure yet. Let's see how we close tomorrow. We'll see how it closes tomorrow. But right now, the weekly, still very healthy. The daily, right? We gave it the benefit of the doubt 3 days in a row, balanced up. And then yesterday I said it was firmly up. Well, not anymore. We took out today's low. We are in balance. You could either call it a 3-day balance or a 4-day balance. Remember, everything's subjective. It's an art. It's not a science. People are going to look at things in different ways. Right now, I'm just saying balance. Yesterday's high is the top of the balance. You could either use the 28th low of 285.40 or 284.62 from the 27th. I would probably use that one as the bottom of the 4-day balance. I hope you had a great day trading today. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.